Good day, everyone. Today let's take a close look at Rizal's life, especially his journey to London. After visiting the United States, Rizal lived in London from May 1888 to March 1889. He chose the English city to be his new home for three reasons: 1. To improve his knowledge of the English language. 2. To study and annotate Morgas Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas. 3. London was a safe place for him to carry on his fight against Spanish tyranny. On May 25, 1888, Rizal went to London. He stayed as a guest at the home of Dr. Antonio Ma. Regidor. By the end of May, he found a modest boarding place at No. 37 Cowcat Crescent, Primrose Hill. Rizal was a boarder of the Beckett. The Beckett family, Mr. Beckett, organist of St. Paul's Church, Mrs. Beckett, his wife, 2 sons. News from home, bad news. 1. Persecution of the Filipino patriots who signed the Anti-Friar Petition 1888. 2. Persecution of the Calamba tenants. 3. Furious attacks on Rizal by Senators Salamanca and Vida in the Spanish Cortes and Wenceslao Retana and Pablo Feast in Spanish newspapers. 4. A friend of Rizal, Laureano Viado, a medical student at the University of Santo Tomas, was arrested and jailed in Bilibid prison because of the copies of Noli that were found in his house. 5. Rizal's brother-in-law, Manuel T. Hidalgo, husband of Saturnina, was exiled by Governor-General Weyler to Bohol without due process of law. News from home, good news. One good news cheered Rizal, and that was Reverend Vicente Garcia's defense of the Noli against the attacks of the friars. Mariano Rizal heard this good news from Mariano Ponce. Later, on January 7, 1891, he wrote to Father Garcia, expressing his personal. Early in September 1888, Rizal visited Paris for a week in order to search for more historical materials. Bibliothèque Nationale. On December 11, 1888, Rizal went to Madrid and Barcelona, Spain. For the first time, Rizal met Marcelo del Pilar and Mariano Ponce, the two titans of propaganda movement. Christmas in London 1888. Rizal returned to London on December 24 and spent Christmas and New Year's days with the Becketts. To his friend, Bloom Etteret, Rizal sent as Christmas gift a bust of Emperor Augustus which he had made. To another friend, Dr. Carlos Chapelac, Rizal gave as Christmas gift a bust of Julius Caesar. Rizal's landlady, Mrs. Beckett, knowing of his interest in magic, gave him as Christmas gift a book entitled The Life and Adventures of Valentine Vox, the ventriloquist. Rizal in the La Solidaridad newspaper. On February 15, 1889, Graciano López Hina founded the patriotic newspaper called La Solidaridad in Barcelona, Spain. Graciano López Hina. La Solidaridad aims 1. To work peacefully for political and social reforms. 2. To portray the deplorable conditions of the Philippines so that the Spain may remedy them. 3. To oppose the evil forces of reaction and medievalism. 4. To advocate liberal ideas and progress. 5. To champion the legitimate aspirations of the Filipino people to life, democracy and happiness. Rizal's first article in La Solidaridad. It was published on March 25, 1889, 6 days after he left London for Paris. Rizal's first article in La Solidaridad was entitled Los Agricultores Filipinos. Writings in London. Rizal received news on Fray Rodriguez's unabated attack on his Noli. In defense he wrote a pamphlet entitled La Vision del Fray Rodriguez, which was published in Barcelona under his pen name Dimas Salong. In La Vision del Fray Rodriguez, in London, Rizal wrote the famous letter to the young women of Malolos in Tagalog. He penned it, upon the request of Marcelo del Pilar, to praise the young ladies of Malolos for their courage to establish a school where they could learn Spanish, despite opposition of Father Felipe Garcia, Spanish parish priest of Malolos. Romance with Gertrude Beckett. Rizal had a romantic interlude with the oldest of the three Beckett sisters, Gertrude. Getty, as she was affectionately called, was a buxom English girl with brown hair, blue eyes, and rosy cheeks. I fell in love with Rizal. On cold winter mornings I had a sunny smile for him, chattering gaily like a hummingbird. During the family picnics, I was particularly very happy because Rizal was with them and I gave him all my attention. And in rainy days when Rizal stayed at home, I helped him by mixing his colors for painting or assisted in preparing the clay for sculpturing. Their friendship drifted towards romance. Rizal affectionately called her Getty and she fondly called him Petty. As their flirtation was fast approaching the point of no return, Rizal suddenly realized that he could not marry Getty for he had a mission to fulfill in life. Before leaving London, Rizal finished 4 sculptural works. 1. Prometheus Bond. 2. The Triumph of Death over Life. 3. A composite carving of the heads of the Beckett sisters. Gave as farewell gift to the Beckett sisters. 4. The Triumph of Science over Death. Adios, London. Suddenly on March 19, 1889, he bade goodbye to the kind Beckett family and left London for Paris. He was sad as he crossed the English Channel, for he cherished so many beautiful memories of London. Thank you guys for watching our video. Adios amigos.